Hi, and welcome to episode 126 of C3 Crystals, Cauldrons, and Cocktails. I'm Ren,
And I'm River.
and today we are going to be talking about crystals. Woo! I
Woo!
mean, we've talked about crystals, not crystals before, but we haven't done a crystals episodes in a while, and so we kind of wanted to bring it back. I don't want to say like our old content because I mean, it kind of is our old content,
Mm-hmm.
but we've just been doing like random topics that do benefit us and our knowledge, and they're very interesting topics.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we haven't hit on all the crystals, we haven't hit on all the
There's
herbs,
so
so
many.
many. So we're bringing back crystals. Maybe we'll do herbs another time, maybe later
Mm-hmm.
this month or in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But we do love doing these, and so we both picked two
I think
particular
so.
crystals to talk about, so
I
I'm
think so.
excited. But first, what are we drinking?
Yes.
We're not fun. Yeah, I know. There's like a big pause. We're not fun today. I feel like we haven't been fun.
Yeah, the
And
past couple times.
yeah, I mean
Well,
these episodes have been recorded fairly early.
yeah. And
We're
although
trying
I'm a
to.
big fan of drinking in the morning, it's just not conducive every day.
Yes. And so like
So,
we're just kind of like we're trying to get recorded a little bit early, maybe be a week in advance so that we're not
mm-hmm.
falling behind, especially when right now everything's very chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just were like, okay, we need to just record one in the morning. And so I'm having tea.
I'm
Um,
having tea as well. I'm
but
drinking Irish breakfast tea. What are you
oh, I'm
drinking?
having English breakfast this
Okay.
time. And
But
we were kind of like, oh, let's make it a little
little
fun.
fun. Yeah.
So to sweeten it, we use like the sugar rock crystals
Rock
to sweeten it.
crystals.
Yeah.
And you can
So,
stir it and it looks like a little wand and
hmm
it's fun.
it's a
It's a
little
fun thing
festive and it's on par with our crystal
with art.
stuff.
Yeah. And if
So,
if we weren't doing crystals, you can still do the same thing and make it fun with a honey stirrer or
oh,
whatever.
that's
But
true.
the sugar crystals, we were excited. We're like, yay, we've come up with
Yay.
something.
Something that's
Um,
like a
yeah.
non-alcoholic that everyone can enjoy.
Although, the way today's going, even this early, I should be drinking already.
Oh,
The window in
yeah.
my car broke, and so we've got to get
Yeah.
that fixed. It's just
Everything
one
has
thing right
been
after another. Yeah.
chaos. And yeah, my neck is swollen today.
Yeah, I think you might be getting sick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like my lymph node and my neck, and so like the whole left side of my face and my neck is like a little puffy and swollen.
Oh, yeah, and you were over here yesterday. We were trying to record one
Um,
in person,
hmm
and the room that I have to record in, I had cleaned it out for Christmas because we had people come and stay with us. And
Uh-huh.
so it sounds all echoey,
Yeah.
and it just sounded so bad. And
It
we're looking
was
at each other going,
not
we
good
can't.
quality. I was like, I know it would probably be a good episode because we're together. We like
Yeah, yeah,
being
yeah.
together, and we just couldn't. So instead, we listened to our own episodes and laughed at how
And
funny we are.
cracked ourselves up. And we look at each other and we're like, I wonder if we're really funny or if we just think we're
Or we
funny.
just think we're funny. Like, I think it's hilarious, some of the things that we say. And I'm like, why would I say that? And of
And
course,
she's like,
like,
I don't remember saying that. And
yeah,
I'm like, well,
I'm
it's
like,
it's your voice. You did say
yep,
it.
yep, I did say it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, some of the things were hilarious, but we pre-recorded last week's episode, our Portals
Hmm.
episode. And so now we're caught up to speed on me accidentally posting our After Dark for free.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oops. She
that was
forgot
a
to lock
my
it.
oops. Yeah, I did. I forgot to click the one button that says that it is a subscriber only episode. And so we got a fair few of people who got to listen to it.
Hmm.
And hopefully that makes you guys want to listen more because it was very chaotic in the beginning of our leap year.
Yeah, I
It
think it
was
was leap year.
it
Yeah.
was very chaotic. And that just tells you how our After Dark episodes go a little bit.
Yeah. So
But oh
definitely
gosh.
subscribe and
Yeah.
you'll get access to all of that
Yeah.
fun
So
series.
that was my oops. And I'm glad that if anybody got to listen to it who wasn't a paying subscriber, come pay and be a subscriber
And
because that's how
and
all the
get all
episodes
of
are.
them. Yeah.
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 So, anyways, okay, let's talk about crystals. So,
Okay.
I start out first, and I
Okay.
don't think we've talked about this one while I was
I don't
doing
think so.
research on it. I wanted to do things that were maybe a little bit more rare. So this one's a rarer one,
A
um,
rarer.
a rarer. So I chose jadeite.
Hmm.
So jadeite is highly valued in various cultures, particularly in East Asia, and it has cultural and spiritual significance beyond its aesthetic and physical properties.
It does. Did you know that the Chinese culture considers jade to be a lucky stone? And to them, it's known as the stone of heaven. And
Oh,
jadeite is so precious that there's a saying that goes, gold is valuable while jade is priceless. And
oh, that's
jadeite
nice.
is the rarer form
Rarer.
of jade. So it's a jade, but it's a really rare and precious
Uh-huh.
form of it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was doing my notes, I know you go a little bit more into your crystals. I
Hmm.
usually, I'm boring. I
You're
stick to,
not
I
boring.
stick to the facts. I'm like, okay, here's the color, here's the physical property, here's how you can
Hmm.
use it, and then here's what like you can like they stand for, et cetera, et cetera. You do a
Hmm.
little bit more, and so I know that I probably don't have as many fun facts like how you do, um, or did you knows, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah, my did you knows.
on jadeite.
Hmm.
But jade is a generic term for that encompasses both the nephrite and jadeite, while jadeite refers to a specific mineral. So that's what
That's
we're talking
why,
about.
yeah, and that's why
Hmm.
it's so precious
Yeah.
because I think most jade is nephrite. I don't know.
Hmm. I don't know either. I only really
Okay.
honed in on like, okay, here's jadeite and then where it came from, and then now I'm
Hmm.
into the properties.
Hmm.
So the color of jadeite, it can be various colors, but the most prized and well-known color is a rich, vibrant green.
I didn't know jadeite or jade could be any other color than green.
It can be colors that are white, lavender, yellow, blue, brown, and even black.
I didn't know that.
Mhm. And then there's a like in the crystal system, I think we've talked about the crystal
I
system.
think so.
But in the crystal system, jadeite crystallizes in the monocentric system,
Okay. Okay.
crystal system. So that means that the structure is three unequal axes that with like one oblique intersection.
Okay.
So it's basically unequal like parts and they kind of form. I'm doing things with my hands and I know our
Yes,
listeners
you all
cannot
can't see
see.
her, but I'm enthralled. I'm watching her
I'm
going, yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, uh-huh.
I
I'm like,
forgot.
I'm like, it goes like this and this.
And I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to see it, I guess I can't describe it very well, but if you want to see it, you can go look up a picture of like what it would
Hmm.
look like and all of that.
Hmm.
And then the toughness is very important. So it is known for its toughness, which refers to like, the resistance of it
Hmm.
breaking or chipping. And so this means that it has very high durability and you can carve into it. It's suitable for carving because
Oh,
you won't break
you
away at
know,
it.
we have seen like jade Buddhas and jade,
That is very true.
so I
Yes.
guess so.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't think
Hmm.
of that.
And then a couple of things that jadeite can represent.
Hmm.
I have more than a couple, but it can represent harmony and balance. So you can use it in various aspects of life to bring
Okay.
harmony and balance, and it is often used as a sense of equilibrium to both the physical and spiritual realms.
Yep. Tuck
So,
this one in your little bra
yep.
as you walk around, and it'll bring harmony into your
Yep, yep.
life.
If you need anything like harmony, balance, like if that's something that you're really wanting to focus on, especially like I'm a Libra, so balance is one of the main things
Hmm.
apparently I'm supposed to stand for. So
I'm
this I
Libra
feel like,
too,
yeah,
so
I feel like this
I
would
feel
be
like we're some of the
something
most
good.
unbalanced people that I've ever met.
Oh man. I mean, honestly, let's not talk about our personal lives. I mean, we do have a podcast, but let's stick to Jadeite for right now because I could
Okay.
get into it. It could also stand for prosperity and abundance. So in
I
some,
had heard of that one,
yeah,
prosperity. Yeah.
in some traditions, jadeite is considered a stone of prosperity and good fortune. It is
Hmm.
believed to attract wealth and abundance while helping to maintain a positive and harmonious atmosphere. See, after
Okay.
doing this, I feel like I need a bunch of jadeite.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
have my
need a
bra
lot.
stuffed
Yeah,
full of jadeite. I'm gonna walk
all the
around looking
jadeite.
all lumpy.
I mean, right? Because like, I mean, I feel like I need some of this right now because I need a little bit of that good fortune. I need some
Hmm.
good positive like atmosphere. I need it. I need it.
Did you know that it's called the Stone of Heaven, and one legend claims that jade is crystallized moonlight, which how cool
Mm,
is that? And
that
then
is cool.
another says that it was created by thunder and captured the force of the heavens.
Ooh, that's
That's
cool.
very cool. Yeah.
See, I like those things. See, you find the did you knows, and I just give you all the straight facts.
Just the facts.
Just the facts. You can also use jadeite for any type of emotional healing and
Hmm.
balance. It is believed to help release those negative emotions, calm the mind, and bring about a sense of tranquility.
Ooh,
Now, I would say,
nice.
so if you can get your hand on some jadeite, I would. And I would
Hmm.
hold it very near and dear. Hold it tight.
I guess if it's so expensive, though, it might
I know,
God,
but
I just swallowed my own spit. It might not be very available.
maybe I didn't look up like where you could purchase it and all of that because I
Hmm.
know that it is rare and I know that like if you try to order it on Amazon, it's probably not the real
Not.
thing.
Hmm.
So I just didn't even bother because I didn't want to get my hopes, like let my hopes down.
Now we do have it's not too local, but up in Helen, Georgia, which
hmm
we like to go visit sometime, cute little town.
hmm
But they have a crystal shop up there that is one of my faves. I go up there whenever we go up there. It's a must stop to go into the crystal
Of
shop,
course,
of
of
course.
course.
And I wonder if I would trust them
Okay.
to find it.
Okay.
So that, if you've got local crystal shops, then
Yeah.
especially ones that you trust, they might be able
hmm
to tell you where
hmm
to get it, or they might even have it.
See, I don't, I've not really looked around my little town.
I bet where you are, they've got some.
I've been to one and I haven't been there and I know this is so sad for me to say years, okay?
Aw.
Because I think when my husband and I first moved into our apartment, it was about 5 years ago, and we went within that first year. And so we
Mm-hmm.
haven't been back. And I mean, a lot has happened in 5 years, COVID, et
Mm-hmm.
cetera, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
been more than 5 years, like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went there and I mean it was a witchy store. It wasn't just strictly
Crystals.
crystals, sorry, spiritual store because that's what it
Oh.
was, spiritual.
Oh.
And I mean, I love the store. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I need to bring you because I haven't brought you or
Definitely.
anything.
Yeah.
And so they had various crystals, but with a store that's not just designated to one thing. I don't know where
Mm-hmm.
they source their stuff. And I don't
Mm.
want to be, I mean, I don't want to be the one to be like, where did you get this crystal? This isn't real. This is fake. What's the joke
We
that
would get kicked
this
out.
isn't citrine. This is,
Yeah. The heated
heated
amethyst.
amethyst. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not a Karen or anything like that when it comes to crystals, but I do always want to be wary when I am buying types of
Mm-hmm.
crystals because you don't know if the provider or who you're buying it from is actually telling the truth. I mean, you can't really know unless if you go to
Mm-hmm.
you get like a certified
Mm-hmm.
like whatever token, not token, like label,
The
what
certificate. Yes.
certificate. There we go. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
certified certificate. Wow, that's
You
very
were close.
certified certificate. Um, anyway, so I'm just like when you're looking for something even as rare as jadeite, I would be very like go to like a source that you know would have
Mm-hmm.
quality real crystals versus one
Mm-hmm.
that's maybe like you don't want to go to Earthbound. I love Earthbound. I'm not
I do
bashing on
too.
them. I'm
I
not
love
bashing on them,
Earthbound.
but I know that probably a lot of their crystals and stuff that they have are probably not as authentic as you want
Mm-hmm.
it to be. So it could have
Mm-hmm.
traces of like obsidian, it could have
Mm-hmm.
traces of rose quartz, but you
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
actually know if it's 100%.
as you delve more and more into crystals in your practice, you can tell yourself which ones
Yeah,
are
and you get
legit,
a really good like
a
um
feel for what's
yeah,
legit.
feel or
Yeah.
an eye because you can tell because maybe the color's not quite right, maybe the
Mm-hmm.
texture, maybe the consistent, like all of that. You can
Mm-hmm.
like once you start to really know, then you know that it's like, okay, maybe this one's not as authentic. I mean,
Like I think one of the selenites that I got for you, I got from Earthbound, but I you can look at it and know that really is selenite.
Yes. And
Yeah,
so I'm not bashing on Earthbound. Like Earthbound can
right,
have
right.
very authentic stuff. It can also have non-authentic stuff. I
And they
do have
have
crystals from Earthbound, so I'm not saying
I do
anything.
too. And they have journals and
They
incense
do,
and
and I love their
all
store. So
kinds of
I'm
cool
it,
stuff.
there's no negative like no
She's
negatives.
just saying be wary
Just
of
yes. I feel like I've been talking about this forever now. Just be wary.
be wary.
But also if you feel like, not everybody has the money for real crystals.
That's true
I
too.
know I don't right now.
Hmm.
Maybe in a point in my life I did when I had a
Hmm.
job. Let's not talk about that. When I had a job and all of that. So I do have real crystals, but then also maybe you need something that just has like the aura of a crystal. Or if you
Hmm.
need something that has, maybe you can have that energy. Like it shares that energy, but it's not the real
Hmm.
thing. That still works.
Hmm. Hmm.
If it's that crystal for you in whatever spell or whatever you need it for, then that completely works because intention is put into that as
That's
well.
I was just about to
So,
say because intention is
yep.
key.
So
Yeah.
basically, do you need real crystals to be a witch? No, absolutely not. It's really nice to
Hmm.
have them, but also if you can't, that's completely fine. And I have real crystals, I have non-real crystals, I have
Hmm.
the fake stuff, and
Yeah, some of the stuff.
I do actually have amethyst that is burned to look like citrine. So I
Hmm.
literally have the fake citrine.
Yeah, some of the stuff that you buy online, because I make jewelry too, and
Yeah. Hmm.
you'll buy quote gemstones and it'll come in and you're looking at it going, this is resin. Someone made this,
Oh
which I
yeah.
mean, they're beautiful too. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
don't not
Hmm.
resin, but
Hmm.
you just got to be wary,
Yeah.
like Ren
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
And so let's see, where did I leave off? I talked about emotional healing.
Hmm.
Talk about me emotional healing. Gosh darn, I'm over here like traumatized by what fake crystals? I don't know. I'm not, but it seems like it. You can also use jadeite as protection. So, like other crystals, jadeite is sometimes used for protective purposes, which I feel like a lot of crystals can be because they
Definitely.
come from the
Hmm.
earth. Like they
Hmm.
have that bond with like our nature and
Hmm.
everything in it. So I feel like, I don't know.
Grounding.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
protection just seems really, I feel like it could go for every crystal, in my opinion. And
Hmm.
it is believed to shield the wearer from negative energies and promote a sense of security.
See, my bra is just going to be so full. My husband's going to be saying, "What is wrong with you?" But hey,
Like,
I like all of these things.
uh-huh. And then like one falls out on accident and you're just like, oh no. Oh gosh. Um, but also jadeite is often linked to the heart chakra as well.
See, so the bra
See,
would
and
be a
yep,
great
it is
place.
perfect location.
Yeah.
And it is believed to open and activate that energy center, and it fosters love, compassion, and empathy.
I love
I feel
that.
like jadeite really goes with Libras. For some reason, I'm not just
Mm-hmm.
saying that because I am a Libra, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that because I mean, I know you're a Libra and I'm a Libra, and we both have really deep empathy. Like
Mm-hmm.
we are very much empaths,
You
and we
know,
have so much like love for everybody else that we want them
mm-hmm.
to be happy before we're
Mm-hmm.
happy type of
Mm-hmm.
vibe. And so that's what jadeite is giving me.
Yeah. You know, one of my kids' middle names is Jade.
Oh, see,
Mm-hmm.
did you do that
I
because?
did not.
Okay,
So yeah, that's very cool.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, you were already in tuned with it
Apparently so.
before
I had no
before.
idea.
And then of course you can use jadeite in your spiritual growth and development. It is believed to enhance wisdom, insight, and deeper understanding of maybe oneself with the world or just
Mm-hmm.
the world in general, or just deepen your understanding of anything in general.
Yeah,
See, I need some jadeite now.
me too.
And then of course, well, I feel like I kind of talked about this a little bit with the protection where it comes from the earth, but it
Mm-hmm.
does have a deep connection with nature. I feel like every crystal does. But especially because of the like original green color that is associated with jadeite, it's very rich with that nature and earth feeling.
Yeah,
And
very earthy.
yeah, it's sometimes used to establish like a deeper connection with the natural world and its energies. I
Mm-hmm.
really want jadeite after doing some of this research. So that's pretty much all that I have on jadeite. I know there's probably
Okay.
more, but I wanted to talk like touch in on like here's the colors and physical properties, and
Mm-hmm.
then here's how you can use it and incorporate it into your witchcraft, and here's what it could stand for.
Mm-hmm.
And if none of those resonate with you, I mean, it's however jadeite resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't see it as a protection, then you can use it for whatever else you would need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted to do one that was also kind of, well, I don't know that rare is the right word. Wow, I
Hmm.
can't speak. But I found one, it's a new one. It's newly
Oh,
discovered.
okay.
It's called Guardianite, and it was
Okay.
discovered in Oregon.
It's so
And
cool that we're still discovering
I
these
know,
things.
how cool is that? It's a complex material composed of the minerals green, feldspar, nepheline, analchemy, I,
Uh-huh.
uh, ri
And more.
ri Riebeckite, are some of these words just sound like they're made
Artisanite.
up. Yes.
Yes.
Biotite, olivine, and apatite. Oh, apatite. That's probably not how you pronounce that. But anyway,
Appetite. Are you
uh,
hungry?
I'm hungry. Um,
See, this is the part where we laugh at
and
ourselves
we think we're so
and we think
funny,
we're
and
hilarious.
our husbands roll their eyes. So maybe you all are rolling your eyes too. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh
But this
man.
crystal, it's the coolest thing. It is dotted patterns of black on a gray-white background.
Oh,
And Guardianite is known as the guardian stone.
okay.
It is believed to be a stone of life force, grounding, strength, and protection. It has actually been called geological poetry due to the components and other minerals found in it and how they form together. I love that.
Hmm.
Geological poetry. Of course, I feel like all crystals are really
I feel like
geological poetry.
if you put it in terms of geological poetry, the whole planet is basically geological
True.
poetry. Because I mean,
Very true.
if what we've learned out of like tectonic plates and the shifting and
Mm-hmm.
how we all used to be like it used to be one continent, now we're moving
Mm-hmm.
like we're drifting apart, etc. That could be geological poetry. Like
It really is.
there's a fight in there, and so that's why we're drifting apart. Who knows? It's the
Mm-hmm. Who
gods,
knows?
who
Who
knows? Who
knows?
knows?
But it is made deep within the Earth's crust where the intense heat and pressure give rise to all of these minerals. And then over time, geological forces bring them together, merging them into one crystal or
Hmm.
one gem. And as the rock slowly cools, Guardianite's signature mottled pattern comes out, providing us with this gorgeous snapshot of powerful forces that shaped our planet. Honestly, these are all
Hmm.
minerals that are found
Oh
in our
yeah.
Earth put together into
It's
this
so
one
cool.
gem. It is
When
very
you put
cool.
it like that, when you put it like that,
Hmm.
the world is beautiful.
The world is beautiful.
That's such a mundane statement. But like, I feel like we've talked about this before. We're on an everyday like basis of normal like daily life. You don't think about these
Hmm.
things. You think
Hmm.
about like the technology that we have. You think about like everything that is artificial that's not really made from earth. So like your house, sure, it's made of like brick or wood or
Hmm.
whatever. It's made up of multiple things, but it's not nature. And
That's
so
why, yeah, I feel like it's
we
super
lose out on
important,
that.
yeah, to go out and take time to walk in the woods.
Hmm.
And I love to feel the trees. I go and touch them. And
Hmm.
I know
See,
people think I'm weird, but
it's not weird. See, when I was outside yesterday at your
hmm.
house, because
Hmm.
you guys just put in a new fence,
We
it
did.
looks
Yeah.
great. And so I
Thank you.
brought my dog because,
Hmm.
she has a little area now to run whenever we're
Hmm.
over there. And so I walked around outside in your little backyard.
Hmm.
And when I say little, it's not as little as maybe people are imagining. And it's basically like it's a forest back there.
It's got lots of
And
trees.
lots of trees. And so I was walking around and it was just really nice to be outside walking around,
Hmm.
even if we are just in a backyard. It was surrounded by trees. You
Hmm.
have like
Birds
grasses
and
and all of
hmm.
that, like nature back there. And it was just very nice to just walk around outside with my dog, not in like a dog park or something that's been staked
Yeah.
for people to use or something like
Hmm.
that. It was just really nice. I think
Hmm.
we all need to do that a little bit more.
I think so too. We do get all wrapped up in day-to-day life and forget how beautiful
We
the
do.
world is around
We
us. Yeah.
do. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oregon has a unique geological
Oh,
history.
don't even get me
They've
started. I want to go there so bad.
I know it's beautiful. They have that volcanic activity and
Hmm.
they've got diverse mineral rich landscapes out there
Hmm.
that create the perfect environment for this Guardianite to form. In fact, they say that this is the only place in the world that you can find this gemstone
Really? Okay,
is
now
in
I have to
Oregon,
go more. I have
right?
a bigger desire to go to Oregon.
So if you ever needed like a personal guardian, then Guardianite is the stone for you.
So
It
then
is,
it has to be so expensive because this is
I
like
don't
the
know.
only, see, and then
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing that as well as like this is the only place on the planet where these conditions have come together to create
Yeah.
this. I feel like if it happened here in Oregon, of all
Mm-hmm.
places, then
Mm-hmm.
there should be another place
Yeah.
similar.
Because I mean, you would think so with the volcanic activity. There's volcanoes all over the world.
Yeah.
So, I
But I
don't
mean,
know.
maybe it's like, so there's volcanic activity where I was trying to come up with an example, but
I
I was gonna
mean,
say Hawaii, but so like volcanic activity on the islands,
mm-hmm.
and maybe it's something like that, but in Oregon there's a different mineral that
Yeah.
Hawaii doesn't have. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Because I
okay, I
think,
mean I could see it, but it's also just mind-blowing. Like only spot like
yeah, I take that with a grain of salt,
hmm
honestly.
hmm
But it is it's cool to think. Um, it embodies the essence of protection and guidance. And I love this. I found this on a website. They said it's as if Mother Nature herself crafted this unique gemstone with the intention of providing us with a tangible symbol of love and care.
Okay, that's very nice.
I love it.
I
It's
love
a
you have so many cute like little like Mother Nature crafted it herself. It's geological poetry. You're creating like a beautiful little like I don't even know what.
well, this crystal is a cosmic bouquet of strength,
Oh,
wisdom, and
there it is
healing.
again.
And the swirling patterns that you see in the Guardianite, it represents the interconnectedness of life and the power of unity.
Mhm.
The stone is a reminder that we're never truly alone and that strength lies in embracing the support of the universe and those around us. So it's kind of a
Okay, this
metaphor.
one, I like this one. This one's
Hmm.
deep. It has deep meaning. I really this crystal is deep.
And, usually I like the ones where I can find like mythology that goes with them and,
Yeah.
how the gods, whatever. But this one's
But
so
this one's
new.
new. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no in-depth history to it.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking up a picture of it.
It's really pretty.
It's interesting. I mean, that looks like, I mean, if like all of these are very similar, like it's like a peppery, it has like
Hmm.
peppery like texture. Well, some of these are smooth and some of these are rough.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it's because of this blend of the 8 different minerals that are in it
Uh-huh.
that's why
It's
it is
so
so good.
cool.
Yeah, because each of those minerals have their own vibrations, as all crystals do.
Hmm.
And so these come together and create some kind of like a symphony of energetic support.
These are so cool. I want one. I want
Yeah.
them all. No, this is really pretty. Y'all should go look it up because
Yeah.
it's like this, like I guess that this one's polished, the one that I'm looking at, but it can be unpolished.
Hmm.
And I can't tell because I've never had it. I've never even seen this, so I can't tell if the more more pepper, like actual authentic peppery is the real one,
Hmm.
or if the one with like the big chunks of black in it is
Yeah,
the
I
real
don't
one.
don't know.
But this is so cool. It looks like you could go outside and just find it like
I
in a
know.
standard rock, but you can't. Like
And one
interesting.
article that it was interesting. One article said that it's like having a team of health boosting superheroes right in the palm of your hand.
Wow.
I
This
know.
this this crystal better be the most boosted and confident crystal ever because people are saying all of these beautiful things about it. It better be the most
And it's
like
like
bougie,
I am
happy
the
crystal.
best.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
It
that meme from Twilight where you had the old vampires the looking down off of their That's Guardianites up on the patio looking
Uh-huh.
down at all the little minions beneath them.
Yes, yes. If this crystal were like a zodiac sign, it would be a Leo. And you know it would.
Probably so. But how to use it in witchcraft
Mhm.
practice. So you can use it for healing. It is excellent for repairing damaged energy fields. It supports your recovery from physical illness that
Mm.
has been brought on, about by negative things. So if you feel like you've been attacked negatively,
I need some
this
for
is a,
my swollen
yeah.
lymph node.
So it would be good for that. It removes negative influences that trigger fear or depression.
Okay.
It enhances positive emotional states and helps you gain greater self-confidence. And it is believed to carry powerful healing properties that can support your overall body's well-being. It's supposed to strengthen your immune system. So yeah, you probably
Oh,
do need
I
some.
I, I need that.
Hmm. And it helps to balance the body, promoting overall well-being and vitality.
Okay, so now you need a bra full of Jadeite. I need a
I'm just
bra
gonna
full
have
of Guardianite. Maybe both.
I'm just gonna have lumpy boobs forever.
Oh man. Yeah, no, this sounds great for me.
And then you can also use it for spirituality in your practice because it helps you connect with forces of protection and purification. It lends you spiritual power and confidence. Like you said, it's got that Leo energy in it,
Mhm. It does.
and an increased awareness of your fundamental and mutually nourishing connection to the earth, which we all need because we don't remember that every day.
Mhm.
It is believed to support spiritual growth and development. And it also helps with aura protection. That's right. I had forgotten about
Oh,
this, which I think is really important because a lot of times I think our auras get beat down by all the energies we're surrounded with.
I could
And
see that.
so
Hmm.
a Guardianite stone might help with that. And also, if you place a piece on your forehead or hold it in your hand while you're meditating, you might really find that cosmic energy and inner peace as you're doing that.
So
It's a
then
good
would you
stone for that.
say it could be associated with like the third eye chakra? Is that a
Maybe
chakra?
so.
Wait a minute. I know we've talked about chakras and I can't remember
There is a
anything.
chakra where the third eye
Where the
is.
third eye is. So like, what is it called?
If you hadn't asked me, I could have
Yeah, I
told
know.
you.
I'm over here like, oh yeah, I know things. No, I take things in and I tell it to you guys and then I don't remember.
And then it leaves your
It
head
leaves my
forever.
brain.
Another thing, we just did an episode a little bit ago about feng shui, and this
Hmm.
is a great stone for feng shui.
Ooh,
Its
a stone after my
composition,
own heart.
yes, its composition and modeled appearance make it a powerful ally for promoting positive energy in your living space. And it's also one like jade or jadeite that is helps promote harmony and protection. So it's
Hmm.
also a great choice in feng shui for balancing your atmosphere of
Oh,
whatever location you are.
okay.
So you can place this stone in strategic
Rotation.
locations. You can tap into its positive vibes and enhance the energy flow in your environment. So maybe
Okay.
try placing it in your living room, bedroom, or office to give you a peaceful and inviting space.
Or if you're in a space like mine, all of those are the same.
That's true. The chakra that it corresponds to is actually the root chakra.
Oh, okay. The root chakra, but not,
Yeah,
but then you
but
place it on
not
your
the third
head.
eye. Yeah.
Interesting.
It is associated with all zodiac signs.
But it's giving a little bit more Libra.
I, you
No,
mean
not Libra,
Leo?
Leo. Wow, see,
The
that's my Libra coming out in me. Wow.
the planet associated is of course Earth. The element is Earth.
Hmm.
The numerical vibration is 4.
Oh.
The symbolism, protection, grounding, balance, physical conditions, stress relief, spiritual purposes, spiritual growth.
Uh-huh.
And then how to cleanse it, you can use smoke. Um, that's not the right word.
Use what?
Um,
Oh, like the cleansing bundles?
the cleansing bundles
Yeah.
to clear the energy. Um, it will help keep it free of the negative energies. You can put it in the moonlight, give it a little moonlight bath. and place it like on your windowsill or whatever during a full moon and let it soak in that lunar energy.
Hmm.
Um, Sound healing. You can try using sound healing to clear and charge your Guardianite. I'm not sure which sound, like our chakras are all
Yeah, they're all
connected
attuned
to a
with one. Hmm.
specific note. I don't know if there's a specific note, but you can use a tuning fork or singing bowls, which I really want some singing bowls,
Hmm.
and allow those vibrations to wash over it. You can bury it in the earth, of course. That's a great way to recharge crystals because that's where they come from.
I would bury it and forget it. Oh man, that would
That's
be my.
just
Mhm.
don't forget where you've buried it
Yeah,
because
maybe put
otherwise you'll be like Ren running around going,
like
is
I
it
would
here?
be
Is it
digging
here?
up my entire backyard. Like, where is it?
And then, like I said, there's not a lot of folklore about it because it's so recently found.
Mhm.
But, you know, I love this stone. So, and I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, me neither. I think that's so cool. I love that it's new. And
Hmm.
I I'm so curious. I know that it's new and that a lot of the stuff that we talk about, like the correspondences and how to use it and what they stand for, is kind of brought about through time and
Yeah.
like cultural history. So
Hmm.
I'm wondering how they got like and knew certain information about it because
Yeah.
it's so new and it doesn't have that cultural like association.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it may come down to the 8 different minerals that are within it,
That
that they
could be
kind of
true. Yeah.
compose those and what those would be like together
Hmm.
is maybe how they did it.
Okay. So now this is not it's not a boring one, but it's a standard. It's not rare. I feel like everybody probably has some of this.
I think it's a staple, actually,
Okay,
of a witchy practice.
that's a
Yeah.
good word, staple. So I
Hmm.
wanted to talk about selenite. And I
Hmm.
know that you're probably like, "Ooh, I have selenite." Or
Hmm.
if you don't, you can get it in many places. Like it's
Hmm.
very versatile. You don't have to go to just a crystal store. I think you can even get it at like a standard like Home Goods, TJ Maxx. I've seen it
Oh,
there
wow.
before.
Okay. Okay.
And I mean, when I say I saw it there, I picked it up and held it, and it's the real stuff. Like it
And she
really is.
bought it and walked out of the store
I did
with
not
it.
buy it. I was like, I already had a tower. I already have a selenite tower,
Hmm.
and it's sitting on my bedside table because I love it so much, and it has like a
Hmm.
little thingy that puts color into it, so it changes colors.
Oh.
It's very fun.
Hmm.
I am a lover of the like LED light thingies
Hmm.
that like glow different lights. Now, no, my house doesn't have it at the top of the like ceiling how people were doing it during COVID. Um, I have it subtly behind like my computer and my TV. It's subtle, but that
Hmm.
one I love it. I love like the LED lights and stuff. I'm obsessed.
That's
So,
cool.
selenite is a crystalline variety of a mineral gypsum. I'm already struggling. See, I started off strong and now I'm deteriorating really fast.
That's because we're not drinking.
And it is often associated with spiritual and metaphysical properties and various esoteric practices.
Now, this is one that actually has a mythology that goes with it.
Yes.
So here's another little did you know that Greek mythology, um, of course, dates back centuries, and this selenite comes from the Greek word for moonstone, and it's associated with Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon. And that said, it isn't related to moonstone. That's a totally different gem.
Uh-huh. It is
But the mythology and the history is that it associated with the goddess Selene and associated with the
with
moon.
the moon. Hmm.
Hmm.
And so based off of that, and now you can kind of get an idea of what the colors are of selenite. And I guess I did kind of say with
Hmm.
it being colorful in my
Hmm.
on my bedside table. So the color of selenite is it's typically colorless
Hmm.
or translucent, transparent.
Hmm.
It's more transparent than translucent. I wouldn't say it's completely
It's
see-through. Like
beautiful. Hmm.
maybe certain cuts of it can be translucent, but most of the
Hmm.
time it's transparent because of how it's layered on
Hmm.
itself. So it may exhibit a pearly, which I think is a good like
I
pearly.
think that's perfect.
Uh-huh. Um color, and then it is soluble, slightly soluble in water, which I
Hmm.
found very interesting. So this isn't something you want to go and put in water.
Yeah, this is one of those stones that you don't want to
Yes.
use.
No.
Yeah,
No, no,
I
no.
didn't
Like you
know
don't want
that.
to take like you can get selenite sticks, like the strips
Hmm.
and stuff. You don't want to take it and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna stir my tea this morning with my selenite stick."
Ah,
You do not want to do that.
okay,
So this solubility is responsible for the formation of gypsum deposits in certain geological environments. So that's
okay.
why you have that. And then its crystal structure of selenite has a monocylindric crystal structure similar to
Hmm.
jadeite.
Hmm.
And this is where this one has the three unequal axes on one oblique intersection. And
Okay.
so most of these crystals are often like prismic in shape. So they could be
Yes, that's a good
towers,
word for it. Yeah.
tabular, is another word for it. But you do have, I mean, there's many variations of selenite, I believe. You have the
Yeah, and
towers and you have like the strips and circles, you like rods. There's a lot that you like. I mean, they're shaped artificially, but
yeah, and you know how you were talking about how it's soluble?
mhm.
It's also really soft.
Yes.
You can scratch it with your fingernail.
You can. And if you
Yeah.
drop it, it turns to basically like chalk on the ground
Hmm.
if it like
Hmm.
shatters a little bit. So you have to be very careful.
Be
You don't want to put
careful
this
with
in
your
water. You
selenite.
don't want to inject. No, don't inject a crystal. Yeah, not this type of crystal. Anyway, let's move on. So
Wasn't one of our last crystal episodes we were talking about snorting crystals somehow?
we did.
I
Now I've brought it
let's
into
not do that.
injecting, not the no, no, no type of crystal. So, this it is soft, and if you do have selenite, then I would just say you want to be careful because if you set it down on like a wooden, surface, so I have a wooden bookshelf that I refinished and everything myself. Now, if you
Hmm.
set it down on that shelf, and you drag it, you're gonna leave almost like chalk marks, like it
Chalk
leaves
marks.
lines. So you want to be
Interesting.
very careful as to where you place it and how you use it. And usually mine just sits on my bedside table looking pretty.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I feel
Hmm.
like with these properties that I'm going to talk about, it's a good object to have on your bedside table.
Okay.
So now, off of all of that chaos, let's talk about how selenite is widely known for its ability to cleanse and purify energy.
Okay.
It is often used to clear and recharge other
Ah,
crystals, tools, and spaces as well.
I
So
love that.
placing other crystals on or near a piece of selenite is believed to remove any negative or like stagnant energies that may have been absorbed
So we can use selenite to
as a cleansing
cleanse
property.
the Guardianite.
So, yes. So that's where you have the towers, for example. That's a stagnant, crystal. You might not want to wave that around anything, but you can circle things around it. Like your crystal, like let's
Hmm.
say I have
Yeah.
rose quartz, for example, and I need to cleanse it, you put it near that. Or that's where like the slabs or selenite rods come in where you can wave it over certain
Hmm.
crystals and or it's movable and
Okay. Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
as dense as a tower would be.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
can also use it to charge objects. So it has the ability to charge and amplify the energy of other objects.
Oh,
I think of selenite similar to clear quartz,
that's what I was just
but
about to
on a
say.
more elevated sense because
Okay.
selenite is more. I don't know how else
It's just
in my
more.
head it's just more.
Hmm.
Because you can use like clear quartz in replacement of other crystals, where
So
selenite
like,
is used for like charging objects, cleansing, all of that.
so it enhances as opposed to
Yes,
just
mimics.
cleansing. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think of clear quartz mimics. This one enhances, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So you may want to use selenite to enhance, the magical properties of the tools. Like, don't just think of like other crystals of your tools, of your wands, athames, other crystals, um,
Hmm.
mugs, whatever you want. Like, if you're drinking out of your mug today, of
Hmm.
course you've already cleaned it out of in your sink, dishwasher, etc. But if you want a little bit of witchiness, you just wave your little selenite wand around and
Hmm.
you
With intent.
with intent, obviously, not just
Hmm.
boo.
Bippity boppity boo.
Okay.
Okay.
We have some chaotic energy going on right now. So next is meditation and spiritual connection.
Hmm.
So it can be associated with higher spiritual realms as well, and it is believed to
Ah.
aid in meditation and spiritual exploration. Holding or placing selenite during meditation is thought to facilitate a connection with higher consciousness, guardian guides, spiritual guides, etc.
That actually makes sense to me because just looking at selenite, I feel that higher.
I
It
love my
makes me,
selenite tower.
yeah, it makes me feel higher
Uh-huh.
connected,
Yes.
just looking at it. So that
Yes.
doesn't surprise me that you said that.
I love my selenite tower and
Hmm.
I feel best when it's near me. So sometimes I have it at my workstation, like at
Ah.
my in my house. I say workstation. I have anyways by my computer. And so it sits on my I was gonna say bedside table. What is this thing? My bookshelf, I guess.
Your bookshelf. Yeah.
And whenever I work, I have it on or I look at it. But right now it's in the bedroom. So I really
Hmm.
like having it in my direct space, whether it's when I'm sleeping or when I'm working. It's never really in the kitchen, even though I am a big kitchen witch. I just don't like it
Hmm.
in the kitchen and I don't like it in
Yeah.
my living
I
area.
feel like the kitchen is more associated with the heart, and selenite is more associated with spiritual uh upperness. That's not the right word.
Ascension?
Yes, and you're not usually doing that in the kitchen. Kitchen
Yes.
is more about love and,
Yeah, but I could
you know,
also see where selenite could be used to help bring in ancestral work. And let's say you're
that's
doing
true.
a recipe from an like a passed down recipe, then
Very
you could use
true.
that as well. But I've never physically really wanted it in my kitchen, which might just
Hmm.
be how I feel about selenite, but you can
Hmm.
feel differently.
Hmm.
So it is associated with the crown chakra.
Okay,
And so it is
that makes sense.
yeah, so the energy is located at the top of the head. And so working with selenite is believed to help balance and activate your crown chakra, promoting that spiritual awareness and enlightenment.
Enlightenment, that was the word I was
Enlightenment,
looking for
not
when I said higher
ascension. I said ascension.
higherness.
Higherness equals enlightenment. But you can
Oh.
also use it for like peaceful energy. You can have it for peace and serenity
Hmm.
and like calming purposes. It is used to create that harmonious atmosphere and may be placed in, like I said, living spaces or on your altar or just in general, like where you want to promote tranquility.
Hmm.
So I feel like sleeping is a really good space. And then also
Yeah.
promoting tranquility while you work on something, like while you're doing work, is a good space too.
Hmm.
It can also provide protection. Like I said, I feel like every crystal can do this. So it is believed to create like that shield that can repel harmful influences. And it's funny because whenever I think of protection and creating that bubble, like how we talked about before, I don't remember what episode it was, but we talked about
Hmm.
shielding or something.
Hmm.
And the color of selenite is almost as close to the color that I envision
Okay.
around me.
Okay.
And it
All
kind of
right.
has that like transparent, translucent kind of
Hmm.
feeling to it with like
Hmm.
a fuzzy haze, like it's pearly, like it's not cloudy but pearly. I don't know how,
Hmm.
like I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down,
She's
but
using her hands again,
I
y'all.
am. I'm like I'm over here and it's this. I'm like karate chop in the air. But that's kind of like the color and like the cloudiness is similar to how I envision protection. So, which
Okay.
is kind of interesting to think about because,
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
similar to selenite. And then selenite, like how you said, is associated with the moon, the energy of the moon.
Hmm.
And some witches can incorporate it into their rituals that include lunar energy. So if
Oh,
you
good
like a
idea.
full moon, you can lay your selenite out to charge in the full moon, and then you'll have
Hmm.
you can cleanse Uning,
Hmm.
uning. I was gonna say using lunar energy, and it just came out uning.
Looning.
And then last but not least, you can also use it for wand and tool energy work, where selenite wands, like how I've been talking about, are popular. And I really want one now that I've talked about it in energy work. So instead of having, a standard wooden wand or whatever, or you
Yeah,
can have multiple wands, you have a selenite wand for the purpose of maybe manipulating energies during rituals or ceremonies or in your spell work. Or maybe you can take pieces of selenite and put it on your current wand.
interesting.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
hmm
I do. I love that idea. Did you know that some
Reachers.
researchers suggest that selenite might actually be related to the Bin stone, which you may know because you are more the Egyptian person, but there was an ancient Egyptian cult that believed that the Bin stone was considered a symbol of creation of the world. And also the
Oh.
little bin stones are the very tip top of the pyramid. That's that stone that the
hmm
sun hits first because
I
it's at
didn't
that.
know that they were called bin stones, but as soon as I
Mm-hmm.
Googled bin stone, I was like, oh yeah, I know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that selenite is what they're made of, supposedly,
Okay. Which is
or at
very
least a
interesting. Some
part
of,
of because they're
probably some of
soluble.
it.
So
Yeah,
interesting.
interesting.
Well, my next one is peridot, which is also a more
Oh.
common one that a lot of witches probably have. And it's a gemstone that displays a really unique color. It's formed from a silicate mineral called olivine, and it contains iron traces, which give it a distinctive, that bottle green pigmentation,
I don't think I have
which
this one. I don't have this crystal.
you don't have any peridot. It's
I
like a
don't.
birthstone for somebody, like August, I think, might be
Mm.
August's birthstone.
Hmm.
Did you know that peridot is the only gemstone that comes in only one color? You
Oh,
know, most
yeah.
gemstones come in different colors and different variations. This is the only one that comes in only one color. And these gemstones are also found in lava deposits.
hmm
So depending on the amount of iron present in the crystal, the shades of green, the one color green that it has, can be sparkly citrus green to intense olive green, but they're all green. There's no
Okay,
reds in
there's
them,
no,
there's no
yeah, no
yellows.
there's variations within the same color, just no different
Hmm.
colors.
Hmm. It also has it's a gemstone that has double refraction. And so double refraction is when a life wow, we're both struggling. When light passes through the gem, it bends it and splits it into two,
hmm
which always makes me think of Pink Floyd's little pyramid thing. But anyway, um, totally off topic. This gives Peridot amazing fire. It's a gemstone that doesn't darken when night falls, and the glow can even be seen in low light, which I thought this was really cool. It was believed, did you know? In fact, it was believed that it would glow light even in darkness. So it was
Ooh,
believed to keep evil and demons at bay.
what is that? Like, this is reminding me, like on TikTok and all of that, there are people who go in with like lights, like to shine on things that they're thrifting, like glass things that are green,
Hmm.
like for
Hmm.
uranium or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
And if it, like, whatever the light does, it makes it shine. And so if it shines, then that means that there is that element in
Whatever.
that
Hmm.
glass. And if it doesn't, then that's giving me this kind of
I bet
vibe.
so. I bet so. It's always been associated with light. The Egyptians actually called it the gem of the sun.
I could see that.
And eh, Cleopatra loved peridot for its beauty, and she also believed that it would keep dark and evil spirits away. And the Egyptian priests believed that it harnessed the energy of nature, so they would use goblets encrusted with peridot to commune with their nature gods.
Oh, okay. I could see that too. That just
And
feels right. I don't know.
I
Maybe
know,
because I was
right?
there in a past life or something. I don't
Maybe.
know.
And some believe that it protected its owner from the terrors of the night, especially when it was set in gold. So you would see a lot of peridot
Oh,
things set in gold.
okay.
And
Yep.
others strung these gems, the peridot, on donkey hair and then tied them around their left arms to ward off evil spirits. Now, like, we always talk about
Donkey
this.
hair
How did they come up with
with
the
donkey
idea
hair.
that donkey hair was going to be the thing to work to ward off these evil
I don't know.
spirits?
It was trial and error, you have to say. It
I
had to
I
have
guess
been trial and
so.
error. And just one time with the donkey hair, it
It
worked.
worked.
And so they're like, okay, it's donkey hair.
The word peridot comes from the Arabic Peridot, which means gem,
Okay.
and most peridot formed deep inside the earth and was delivered to the surface by volcanoes.
Uh-huh.
But did you know peridot has been found at meteorite crash sites,
Ooh,
meaning that this gemstone also exists in space?
that's so exciting. I love that.
And
I
there was
love
a,
things like that.
I know there was a folklore, or I don't know that it's a myth or not, but people believe that peridot was brought to our world by a sun's explosion in another solar system.
Oh,
And that's actually not too far off. The peridot crystals have been found in rare palisite meteorites that are 4.5 billion years old.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I love
And
stuff like that. I'm such a
I know it's
nerd
so
for
cool.
space.
Peridot is so cool. Early records indicate that the ancient Egyptians mined a beautiful green gemstone on the island on an island in the Red Sea, which was St. John's Island.
Okay.
It's now known as St. John's
Uh-huh.
Island. But legend has it that the island was infested with snakes,
Ooh.
making mining really unpleasant until a pharaoh drove them all into the sea.
Oh.
But from the earliest times, people have confused this stone that is peridot with topaz.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
And there are actually some historians that believe that Cleopatra's famous emerald collection might actually have been peridot.
I mean, probably. Given the history with Peridot
Mm-hmm.
and all of that, it
Mm-hmm.
probably most likely is.
Even in the medieval times, people continued to confuse peridot with the emerald.
Hmm.
And so for centuries, there were people that believed that this 200 carat gem adorned in the shrine of the three holy kings in the Germany's Cologne Cathedral were
Uh-huh.
emeralds, but they're in fact peridots.
Oh,
Legend
wow.
has it connected to the sun, believing that it brought energy and happiness to the owner.
Okay.
In Oahu, Hawaii, small pieces of peridot wash on shore near volcanic areas.
Oh, I love that. That would be so cool.
I know. And ancient Hawaiian folklore tells stories of the gem being the tears of the goddess of elements, Pele. In
Wait,
fact,
is that why
yes,
the stone that was given to Moana in the Disney movie is green?
probably
Because
so.
it was given to her by the sea.
Hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
In fact, sometimes when it rained, the gemstones would actually fall from the sky because they come out in the volcanoes.
Wow.
I know.
That's
So
so
the
cool.
tears of the goddess Pele.
Okay.
And then the German occult writer Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa
Okay.
said in the early 1500s that if you held peridot to the sun, a golden star would shine from it and heal any respiratory ailments.
Oh. See, again,
So
that has to be a trial and error thing. Like,
I
no, it
know.
didn't heal this broken bone, but it healed this respiratory problem.
And apothecary shops would keep the gemstone in powdered form to use as an antidote for insomnia, bleeding, madness, and nightmares.
Did they have to I'm trying to
I
the
I
powder and
know.
then are they like are they eating like are they
Are they
ingesting
snorting
it?
it?
Yeah,
Injecting
are
it?
they injecting this powder form of crystal? Like that's a I get it's a mineral and we need certain minerals to for our bodies to
Yeah,
live, but
yeah.
that's a
Well,
powder.
it also supposedly improves memory and eases labor and birth delivery.
Okay. Okay.
How do you know? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Trial and error.
Trial and error. So, for thousands of years, peridot beads and talismans were worn for protection and to promote love, happiness, and wealth. And then, when paired with gold, they believed that the effects of that were intensified. So, like a necklace with a peridot stone surrounded in a gold
Yeah,
setting,
yeah,
you
that
know.
makes sense.
And then back to Pele again, um, the Hawaiian folklore.
Hmm.
Pele is the goddess of the volcano, and her temper is said to be as dangerous as lava. And the thought that it was the tears of Pele were thought to have powers to heal, bring wealth and growth.
Hmm.
And it is also thought to ward off evil spirits and aid in the success of marriages and relationships.
Okay. So you'd want to
And
maybe like provide that as a gift
To a newly married
to a newly
couple, maybe
married couple.
so.
Yeah.
It's supposed to encourage positive energy and suppress jealousy.
Oh, okay.
And then its correspondences, of course, it's an element of the earth, as a lot of gems are.
Hmm.
It can be used in rituals and spells for grounding, prosperity, and protection. It is linked to the heart chakra, which makes it a powerful crystal for emotional healing and balance.
Hmm.
It is said to be connected to the zodiac sign of Leo, which is interesting, and is said to enhance creativity and self expression.
Hmm.
And these healing properties extend to both the mind and the body, so physically and mentally. Physically, it's supposed to aid in digestion,
Oh,
which I wonder if you ate the powder. I don't know.
I don't know.
Boost the immune system, alleviate stress, and then mentally, it can promote clarity, reduce anxiety, and encourage a positive outlook on life.
Hmm.
So the chakra is the heart chakra, element is earth. The astrological sign, they said Leo, but also um, Virgo, Sagittarius as well.
Okay.
The
See,
planets
I
are
mean, this one's not giving
Venus,
me as much Leo vibes as
right,
the
as
other
the
one does,
Guardianite.
as the Guardianite. Yeah.
The Sabbat is the Lammas, Lammas Sabbat. And the
Hmm.
tarot cards associated with it are the Empress and the Hermit.
Okay. I could see the Empress, the Hermit, maybe.
Maybe you can charge it under sunlight or moonlight,
Or
and
using selenite.
or using selenite. And you can cleanse it using salt water, sound, or other crystals like you said, selenite. Wow, to
Oh,
keep its energy pure and vibrant.
oh, okay.
And that's all I've got.
Me too. Like we both specifically picked two, and I
Mm-hmm.
was a little worried it was running a little long.
Mm-hmm.
This is a longer
Yeah.
episode, but we love doing these types of episodes where it's like we kind of go back to our roots almost because we're
Mm-hmm.
like when we first started the podcast, we were like, oh gosh, what do we even talk about?
Mm-hmm.
And I love all the topics that we have talked about, but I remember very fondly our very first herb episode. That one
An
was
herb is an
great. An
herb.
herb is an herb, and it was so much fun. And so doing like basics just like this, I mean, even with how like, oh, it might not seem so fun and interesting, it's the best and so exciting because
It is, and it's so
they're
witchy.
crystals. I love crystals.
Yeah. Witches love crystals.
We love them.
Yes.
So I guess I'll do the outro and try to
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
So, thank you so much for listening. If you want to find out anything else about us, you can go to www.c3witchypodcast.com. There you have links to all of our social media. You have updates on our episodes, our weekly episodes, as well as our After Dark episodes. You
Mm-hmm.
have a link to our merch. And if you want to go directly to our site, you can go to www.c3witchypodcastmerch.com. There we have seasonal merch where we've designed Ostara
Mm-hmm.
and uh what's
In
the other
bulk.
in bulk merch as well as normal witchy merch and all of that to
Mm-hmm.
support us
After dark
after
merch.
dark and then you can also see and find our after dark series on our website as well. You can read all about what platform you might want to use. That's Patreon or Buzzsprout.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Please support
also, yes,
us.
please support us. You can also find our blog. We've been posting on our blog a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more. And then off of our social media, I wanted to talk about YouTube a little bit. Please go subscribe and watch our
Mm-hmm.
YouTube videos. They're just our episodes. We also do a Sabbath series, which is also posted on YouTube, so you
Yep.
can get
That'll be
that
coming up soon.
very soon.
Ostara's very soon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know I just said a lot in the matter of like 2 minutes. But please support
But
us. It's very important.
we'll be back.
We'll be back.
And until then, stay witchy.
Woo.